Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
When and where did you start playing music?
That's a rough one here, because I've lived here all my life pretty much. It's been a long road from, I started doing production for people and doing the studio thing, and that led to doing my own thing, getting the band, losing the band, and having to learn how to play the instruments on my own, and to playing open mic and writing, so it's just a long road, and I'm lost at this point, so that's the best I can answer that one. Your turn.
Well, I guess the past 6 months has really been when I guess in January, I decided to take time off of school and try the whole music thing out, living the dream. But so I really just started. I've been singing with my family for since I was young, but doing my own thing has been pretty recent thing. It's past 6 months.
Wow, we started playing as the Vespers together, I guess, during my senior year in high school. 2007, 2008. Yeah, but and then being sisters, we kind of sang together our whole lives, doing studio work and stuff. But then we started playing instruments together and doing our thing.
Be a
band around, a year and a half ago, I would say.
And we live here, so we play around here, and
That's about it.
Well, I guess I started, when I was younger, I went over to watch my friends' band practice, and they didn't have a singer. So I kind of sat in during the practice, and it developed into playing with them in the band, and it's kind of gone on since then. Question again? I guess I started writing songs when I was a little kid, not ones that I can really remember, but the voice has been rocking for 2.5, 3 years.
At least since last September.
Last September. But was the question when and why? Because the why part, who knows? But the when was a long time ago.
Yeah, same here, a long time ago. Galaxy far, far away.
See, that's funny because, I'm a little crazy, but it was something I was sitting there with a bunch of more anger and things in my head about certain things I believe in, and I'd been playing with different piano sounds just because I'll do that weird and wild sometimes, and basically it was a joke. It was something that I wasn't going to do. I didn't really want anybody to hear, and it's been a few songs like that, and Joel was one of the first people to hear it when it was, why aren't you doing that? Why haven't I heard that? And then it kind of kept going, and it's been, weirdly enough, one song around town that gets a wide response the first time and second time. I couldn't try to do a better job, so to speak. I think it's an example of one of those things where music comes from. If it's something that when you least expect it, you turn around and it's something you produced from you, and people can really snatch to that more than it was manufactured, and you're trying to achieve a certain goal.
Draw your lines and take out your knives and cut this look right off of my face. My age, my prime, my shape and my size, you can throw them all away. My life will be fine and the world will be mine. That's all the doctor really had to say. Dr. Greedy, make me pretty. I know she'll never love me this way. All my life she's turned me down. I've had some love, but I had to pay. My way, my taste, my style and my race, you can change them in a day. My life will be fine, and the girl will be mine. That's all the doctor really had to say. Don't wanna erase me, just won't replace me, making me special to someone else. Don't wanna fit in, no, just won't be him. So she'll have eyes for no one else. Nip, tuck, lift and stuff, peel it and pluck it or break it and crush it. You got my approval, doctor, do your thing. Don't stress, I'm the best. Pick it and place it or just get creative. And that's all the doctor really had to say. Dr. Greedy made me pretty, so tell me why I'm feeling the same. Still suffering and wondering what you've been planted in my brain. You sold me a lie, now I'm old in disguise, and I still can't get no play. It's free to complain, but the bill is the same. And that's all the doctor really had to say.
Thank you, Rutledge. Thank you, Frank.
I'll be truthful and say that there was one time I was something like a rapper, and I played at Springwater, and I was just letting my hair grow out, and that was the hardest part because I've always had short hair, and I couldn't stand that I walked around with this mangy fro, and got a lot of comments about it. But that was, I stayed in the dark corner the whole time, pretty much did my verse and stepped on stage, and I know somebody that's got that on videotape. It still messes with me to this day about it, so I can definitely say that's probably the worst so far.
That actually that's like the one song that's not about personal experience, but I got an idea. It was the day of the Super Bowl, and my whole family was sitting down in the living room to watch the game, obviously, and I was getting ready to go join them, and I was brushing my teeth, and I was like, I haven't even showered today, like, but I don't care, I'm tired, so, and I was like, since you left me, I don't shower, and it just kind of grew from there. It started as a joke, but then it turned into actual pretty good song.
That song is so awesome. I love that song. When you first started playing that, I was like, she stopped showering? That was awesome.
Thank you.
It's the first one that I ever wrote, which was like 2 months ago. So it wasn't that long ago. It's not that old. But this is called A Waste of My Time. Well, since you left me, darling, I don't shower. Yeah, when you left me, I quit showering. Well, I'm so dirty, darling, but I just don't have a reason to be clean. It's a waste of my time, honey, I could care less.
I guess playing at the Rutledge was definitely a highlight of my career so far, but it was just a good experience to have under my belt. But I don't know, what I love about playing for people is, especially when I do like open mic nights and stuff, is when I get up and I play a song that's written straight from the heart, and then people respond and they say, "Oh, thank you so much. That was exactly what I needed." And that's happened a few times after a performance, and that is what kind of reminds me that this is where I need to be and what I need to be doing.
The song I See, I Hear.
I wrote that. I forced her to like let us use it because she thought it was a bad song, and I was like, every band is allowed to have a weird song that no one knows what it means, and so that can be ours.
So I take it we're not going to get an explanation as to what that means.
Well, no, we can. It's like supposed to be from the viewpoint of a blind and deaf chick. She's talking to her like her dog companion, and I sort of like figured that out after I wrote it. Like I wrote it and then I was like, wait a second, this is a blind and deaf girl talking, and she's talking to her dog. So it was really random. I just kind of like, I vomited up the song. That's basically it.
I don't want to touch that song.
That's how I feel about it.
My dear, I see, I hear. My dear, my dear, my dear. My blinded eyes, my deafened ears. My dear, I see, I hear. So many things my nimble fingers reach out to touch, their texture lingers. I read Braille, the Von Trapp singers don't affect me. Steep me in the garden water, and dear dog, try to write your empathy out with your paws. I am well aware that you can't get a job, but at least you can read newspapers. My dear, I see, I hear. My dear, my dear, my dear. My blinded eyes, my deafened ears. My dear, I see, I hear. And they're fine. Tell me a story that isn't yet true, of a world just perfect and of heaven too. Tell of the one who makes things new, but don't let me get my hopes up. My dear, I see, I hear. My dear, my dear, my dear. My blinded eyes, my deafened ears. My dear, I see, I hear. And they're fine. Where has the day gone? I can see myself lying there unmoving. I follow the light that seems to lead me home. Make me lie down in green pastures, lead me beside still waters. Teach me to use my perfect eyes and ears. My dear, I see, I hear. My dear, my dear, my dear. My blinded eyes, my deafened ears. My dear, I see, I hear. My dear, I see, I hear. My dear, my dear, my dear. My blinded eyes, my deafened ears. My dear, I see, I hear. And they're fine. are just fine.
Thank you.
Good ones, because all I could think about was bad ones.
I can't even think of our worst one because they've all been so creepy.
Well, I remember one time we played an open mic and we were like almost at the very end, and we were in such a bad mood by the end of the night because everyone was so bad that like I was like mad by the time I got up there, and we were just like song is called blah 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 blah, and then we were like bye. It was a really bad night.
We were into it, and that's what made it.
And then one time we completely forgot the song at Cafe Coco, or I did, but it was fun anyway, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, we still had fun, even if we do badly. If we're in a good mood, we'll have fun.
Yeah.
Oh man, I kind of consider that as like if somebody was to write a love song about being in love with just American culture and consumerism and just when you actually stop and think about all of the strange things that we do in the world, you know, just even going to the supermarket, it's just kind of an odd place. And that was just kind of trying to make a love song in that vein instead of having it be about a person, just be about this weird lifestyle that we've grown so accustomed to that it just seems normal.
I woke up yesterday for the first time. My eyes were so amazed by all the light. I had to walk around in circles for a while to wear my senses down, charged like a child. I wore a crown today, a mindless grin, a king, an empty page, a shark with cardboard fins. I ate pedestrians till I was full, and I buried envy in the deepest, darkest hole. And then my bones dissolved, melted away inside my sleeping mind. I lie awake and dreamed of an internet made of other people's thoughts. I built a shrine today with electric bulbs to pray for scientists and accurate lab results. I ate a pie chart of the world's most pressing needs. The slice labeled empathy was the most delicious piece. I woke up as cyanide, and I woke up on ice. I emerged from ammonia past cheeses and meats. I'd bask in fluorescent glow and propane heat. I'd whistle a tune along with the pumped-in retail waltz. I could whistle my life away till my lips dried and fell off, until I'm claimed beneath the waves, until my lungs expire with a sigh, until entropy's reverse, until my retinas melt with a blinding light. I'll live in exile from a debt of time deferred. I woke up once for a while. My skin, it felt like the soil. I woke up once for a while. My skin, it felt. Thank you. I'm Kyle Newman.
I guess probably one of the best shows, which was also kind of a hairy situation, with my old band. We were playing an outdoor show and it started to rain just as we were coming on. So we found this shed on the property and we got the drums and the guitar cabinet in there. And then I just kind of stood outside of the shed and yelled as loud as I could. And everyone at the crowd was just standing there in the rain and the mud, and they were all going along with it, and everyone was having a really good time. So this is one of those instances where you make the most of it, and it turns out to be really fun.
Fake It. Fake It, I think it was just a pure heartbreak song, you know. I think I was pining over a girl at the time, and faking it seemed to be kind of what you do from day to day when you're heartbroken, you know, just enthusiasm about anything, you know. So it just kind of became a story song, but that's kind of where it was born out of, just faking it.
My soul to be a rock star. I made a joke and I took it too far. Fake it, try to hold it in. Fake it. I moved out west to get a shrink for my pain. And found her dead with a needle in her vein. I think about her sometimes and what she told me. She said everybody was fine. They just don't wanna be faked. Try to hold it in. You gotta fake it when you're breaking down again. You got to move out west, the place that's best. Sell your soul, rock and roll. I wanna have it all someday, so I can piss it all away. Fake it, try to hold it in. You gotta fake it when you're breaking down again. You got to fake it, try to hold it in. You gotta fake it when you're breaking down. down again.
Is this best or worst? I'll go with the worst. This is probably more funnier.
Yeah.
Playing a show one time, and it was part of a tour, and we were the opening act on the tour. And our name was misspelled in the papers. We were, at the time, it was kind of an acoustic act, and it was called Threshing Floor, and in the papers, it said Thrashing Floor. And so all the death metal kids showed up to rock out. And man, they hated us. They hated us with like physical anger. It was awesome.
Maybe they were dancing. It's hard to tell.
They were dancing on our graves. It was great. Yeah, that's
I think I might be able to top that, actually.
What do you got?
I was fronting a band a few years ago, and we were out on the road, and we were playing at the Hard Rock Cafe in Memphis. And we played the set, and it went okay. And at the end, you know, we're doing the, you know, good night Memphis, good night thing or whatever. And I went over to this door. There's this door between the stage and the backstage. And I went over to this door and tried to open the door, and the door wouldn't open. And so I figured that some buddies of ours in the opening band had put their cabinets and everything against the door to, you know, as a prank. And so I'm trying to beat this door down, and you know, the crowd's going crazy and they're loving it. And then I realized the crowd's not cheering, they're saying pull. So I turned the knob, and what do you know? Needless to say, that's the fastest I've ever left the stage in my life, and nearly didn't go back.